Hello, folks, and welcome back to my save. Let's get right into things. Where were we? Since you were last with me for the rather crushing 5-0 defeat against Barcelona, we have had an indifferent run, to be honest. We beat Sveti Jur 8-0 in the Slovak Cup second round, which is all well and good, apart from the fact that they are non-league, and that's the sort of game we should be winning very comfortably. But 8-0 is good enough. We beat Prashov 2-0 at home, but unfortunately we then lost to then 8th placed, sorry, Podbrezova. Um, 1-0 in away from home, so they are currently 7th. What that does, though, is it means that when everything shakes out, we are 4 points clear at the top of the first division, with Ternava trailing us, Lužomborok following them. So it looks like it's ourselves and Ternava who have broken away from the pack at this early stage. But remember, it is a 32 game season, so we're making some progress. We're over a third of the way there. So today we have a very tough away fixture against Celtic, who are a team that are very dear to my heart. But again, we have to put these sorts of things aside and just get on with the job and see if we can carve out a result before let's do the tactical meeting. They are recommending that we go defensive. I will do no such thing. It's almost as if I've learnt nothing from the Barcelona drubbing. But yeah, so so be it. What we will do though is I don't think we are going to look to yeah, we're going to look to Gengen press them. I'm going to cheese this and do a quick pick. I don't like that. I'd prefer Leonard as an inside forward. I'm going to move you to a winger on attack. We will have you on defend, even though you don't like it. You're just going to have to deal with it. We will have the left flank working for us. I think this looks absolutely fine. As a starting 11, let's see. We have injured players in because we have so many ineligible, and we can't even field a full subs bench. We've got two missing. We've got two empty spots rather. Milhailovsky is still injured. He's coming back in a week. I mean, I don't even want you there. Volashak, slightly different. Slightly different. Do we have any other centre backs here? No. Okay, that changes things ever so slightly. So I'm just going to move some people around so I know that they're in a slightly better place. That seems reasonable. Let's move you down because I like things organised. Mislovic, you can go in front of him. So all in all, yeah, not great. We need to cross our fingers that the centre backs can hold up a little bit, and no one is your match fit, your peak, your excellence. You are tired. Well, let's put on Josef Marco, shall we? Because in fact he's been outperforming you ever so slightly. So this is the team we're going to go with. We're going to go with Kurd in goal, Marco Milosavljevic, Barnes and Mitsuda as our back four, Shwedersky and Duda, the base in the midfield with Pavlovic in the hole as the 10, Leonard as an inverted forward, and Rivera. In fact, do you know what? I like this more. So let's put you in as an inside forward on attack. Yeah, that will do. And we'll put you, I think we will put you as an inverted. In fact, do you know what? Can I undo this? Do I want Leonard leading the line? Or do I want Karras leading the line? Who's more mobile? And who works harder? You don't work quite as hard. Yeah, you're a harder worker, so I'm just gonna have you leading the line. That will have to do. That is fine. You can work each way. Yeah, okay, that'll do. So we'll invert you. Okay, there we go. A little bit of indecision. Inverted wing back on attack. Yeah, you're not as comfortable, but you're more important, quite frankly. Okay, so that will be absolutely fine. So let's. Yes, I've only got 9 substitutes from possible 12. I'm aware of this. I'm going to check my own audio because I don't want to be overwhelmed when the audio kicks in. I think we're just going to try and rouse them and encourage them. Pressure is all on them, so what do we have to lose? Go cause an upset. Yeah, faith. Well, faith is great, but how do you approach this match? I think it's going to be a very good match between two sides, and victory is going to be well earned. We have to stick to. I want a bit more from everyone. First goal is crucial. Yep, great. Okay, there's that lovely music that is pretty much all you're hearing from me this season. Have to enjoy it while you can. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the next 2 games are going to be key in as to whether or not we even get that those berths between 9th and 24th, that kind of playoff area. Um, Celtic aren't doing especially well. They are either slightly ahead of us or slightly behind of us, depending on goal difference, I think. Let's have a look and see latest scores, league table. Where are Celtic? Oh, they're slightly ahead of us. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. We got absolutely drubbed by um, Barcelona. How could I possibly have forgotten that? Okay, here we are. I don't know why I've got the latest scores on. It's of very little importance to me. We just need to get some kind of result here. Well, we're not exactly winning the battle for possession, but a couple of they've had 2 opportunities with a point 0.4 xg. Not great. Okay. Well, it's a Celtic throw-in. They're progressing it down the left, and Marco passes back to Kurds, who is going to pass it to Duda, and hopefully we're not going to get caught here. Yeah, you just need to pass it out. Nice and simple. There we go. Okay, let's do this a bit quicker, boys. Karas knocks it back. Are we going to be able to get out of midfield? Yeah, we might do. Karas plays it into Rivera. Nice switch pass. Oh, that is beautiful. That's so well worked. But yeah, there is a very good chance that he was offside. Oh no, it stands. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, it's a beautiful reverse pass by Rivera there. Yeah, that was a really good goal. We belong in this competition with a goal like that. Okay, good start. Well, we've put them on the back foot, which is pleasing. We're far from winning the battle for possession, which is slightly concerning. When you have the ball, you're less likely to concede and all that kind of good stuff. But altogether, not a bad start. Let's see if we can keep the good times going. 10 minutes to half time. Shradersky is tired, as is Leonard. Rivera has not either played. Oh, 6.4. Dear, oh dear. Okay, well, we might have some things to think about. But we do have a highlight. This is right at the end. Pavlovic is going to take a free kick, and Kelleher makes an excellent save. Yeah, kind of makes sense that Kelleher would go to Celtic. Right, you're doing well. Keep working hard. I think that we need to give Leonard a little bit of a... Yeah, so you... I don't normally like doing this. Um, you're not been good enough. Get it together. Oh, well, he seems to take that all right. Um, yeah, fine. And defended well. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, fine. Right, everyone is suitably inspired. Let's hope that that kind of leads to a positive result in the second half, or at least for the opening stages, although, oh, long throw in. Okay, that was clear to no one. Not great. So Celtic picked the ball up. Let's see if we can... No. Oh, you're offsides. Good. Wow. Okay. I'm going to give it until about 60 minutes, I think, before we start ringing in subs. There are some players that could really do with coming off. I'm not really liking the 6.5s, but let's see. Ah, perfect. Okay. Well, we'll make the change at the planned time anyway. Oh, dear Lord in heaven. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. I don't like all these highlights all of a sudden, especially with the momentum clearly not favouring us. But Duda has the ball. He's broken out of the initial press. Passes to Shvedersky. There's the ball. Ah, Rivera. I was just about to sub you off. Uh, disallowed. Amazing. Yeah, he just didn't hold his run. That's so margin. Actually, no, the lines were. He didn't really hold his run at all. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You are poor, and I don't think there's any way come. There's any way to come back from that. Yeah. Okay. I don't really like having two inverted forwards. I'm not going to lie, but that does give us an opportunity to put you like as a wing back proper. Leonard. Right, okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Or do I? Hmm. No, I don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do here at all. This is what happens when you substituted off your right winger, your only right winger. Or the only person who clearly looks like he can play as a right winger. Off, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? He's played so badly, I can't keep him on. Um, there's no way that you can play out on the right, is there? No. Even though you're right-footed. Jeez Louise. It would be suicidal, wouldn't it, if I put him out there? Like if I did that. Because, oh, honestly, you're right-footed. Sort it out. I mean, his crossing is garbage. Would I want him out there? Okay. Do you know what? Because you're not playing very well at all, so Hlavat's is going to come on. Yeah, I think that will do. What's your work rate like? Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you can put in a shift as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine and dandy. Okay, we're going to have to go inverted forwards. And probably need you to be a little bit more advanced, despite the fact that you're tired. Okay, that was a really long pause. I apologise, but these things need to be done so far. Sometimes, especially when Um, the game is getting slightly away from us because we really haven't done anything since we scored. Uh, so apart from taking off players who are in advanced positions who aren't playing especially well, I really don't know. I didn't know what else to do up until that point. Shvedowski and Duda are also looking fairly knackered. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring on Hussein Basic and Koshitz Kaval, and hope that a bit of energy in the centre of midfield actually does some good. Um, I'm not going to put on Volashak there, but I will put him on there, even though you're really not very good, or you haven't been playing well. Not really justified the money I spent on you. Okay, so 1-1. Volashak is immediately injured, which is bloody brilliant. And I have no more. Yeah, I've got no more subs. Okay. You have just. Ah, you're going to get sent off now as well. Okay. I was like, why give the. Ah, I think it was just the. I don't know why that was a highlight. Well, I think we've kind of got away with this one in the end, which is a little bit disappointing. But there are 6 minutes of injury time, so we can still lose this. 100%. We can 100% lose this game. Yeah, we have a yeah. Well, we've managed to lose it. Superb. I mean, I haven't even been FM'd. That was a long time coming. But of course we'd lose in the last minute. Yeah, there was 6 minutes of injury time and it went on for 10. Okay, so after that poor result against Celtic, um, albeit one that was expected in a way. I don't. We should have. A draw would have been fine. Um, we have got a couple of league games to get through, but I'm going to put a cut in and show you the Young Boys game as a second live match in this particular episode. So stay tuned, folks, and I'll be right back with you. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the second Champions League away game, this time against Young Boys. So, the current state of affairs is that we are languishing down in 29th out of 36th, which is not entirely surprising. We are playing Young Boys who have been, admittedly, they've been hard to. They've been hard to beat. They lost to, I don't know who that is, ASSE. They've drawn against Benfica and Fiorentina, and they have beaten Manchester City. My God, my goodness gracious me. Right, okay, so I don't think they're going to be pushovers. The team report said that we are evenly matched, and this is the team that we are going to go with. We have no choice but to play Tyler Goodrum because, where is he? Geronimo Rivera is now injured for between 9 days and 3 weeks, which leaves us shockingly light out on the right, although Nemanja Ilic is also back and he can actually do a job out on the right wing. He is accomplished enough as an inverted winger. It's not really ideal, but such is life. So we're going to start with Kurd, Zaidi, Miloslavljevic, Barnes and Mitsuda as the back four, with Shvedowski and Duda as our base, Pavlovic, Goodrum on the right, Leonard as the inside forward, and we're going to play Karas up front, which just because he has pace, his finishing is shocking. At this level, his work rate is non-existent, and are these things ever going to improve ever? Let's have a look at his attributes. No, not really. Apparently not. Finishing, no, doesn't seem to want to improve on that either. But seemingly he's been touted as, uh, yeah, up to potentially, well, 5 stars if not five. 4 stars if not five, pardon me. I'm recording this reasonably late in the day. Okay, so let's get going then. I'm going to play the control possession tactic on balance just to see how we start, and because gegenpress might not be the way forwards unless we actually absolutely have to, just to unsettle the opposition, because I think at this level we are just going to get passed around. So we're going to do something slightly more conservative. Alright, for a performance, yes, the setbacks. Oh, I believe in him. Okay, yeah, I believe in Sam Barnes. He was good for us last season, and I think he can still be good for us. So let's get this going. I have turned my sounds off. Oh, there we are. Right, okay. I just want to go on record now and say I am not hopeful for a result. Maybe it's my tiredness, pardon me. He says, yawning. Right. So we haven't registered a shot on target yet, but there is a highlight. Gudrun picks up the ball, passes to Duda, passes to Shvedersky, who immediately loses the ball, and here comes the counter attack. But Kurd plucks that out of the air, and all in all, that was a rather disappointing effort by the opposition. Well, we've got the possession, but we're doing nothing with it. I imagine a draw could potentially suit young boys. If they're just trying to collect points to somehow end up in a situation where they can go play in a playoff. Not quite sure. Yeah, this is doesn't appear to be working. So they're playing a back three with wing backs, 2 defensive midfielders. Yeah, they I'm not quite sure how we're going to get past all this, to be honest. That is a fantastic goal. I mean, he's just turned and hit that. What did he do about that? That was unreal. So he gives and he then moves, and 2 players not close enough to him, admittedly, and he just puts that in the top corner. I'm not quite sure what you do about that. Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think we're going to have to do something about this. I'm quite happy with the... I'm going to go positive, and I'm going to try and G these folk up, because this is looking pretty poor, to be honest. So we'll go positive, we'll go 1 step up, see if we can get any more shots registered, but if nothing happens after 15 minutes, we might just have to go for this. Or we just accept our lot in life. this is where we're expected to be, and the fact that we got a win was in of itself a miracle. Tyler Goodrum can only play for 75 minutes according to the medical team. Karras is having an absolute shocker, so he is coming off. Apparently having pace up front is no good at all. I am going to put Hlavats on, and I'm going to take Harry Leonard off as well, and play these two guys. Hlavats and Liska are really in form, and to be honest, there's an argument that I should have played them to begin with. I'll give Goodrum another 15. Ignore. Okay. I think we're going to have to go on the I think we might just have to Gengen press this now. We'll put him on support. I want you as a wide, I want you as a wing back. And I think that's not fine. But I think everything else is. I might put Hussein Basic on as a shadow striker, because just need something a little bit more attacking. I think we're going to have to go attacking. We need to try and get something out of this game, even if it's a draw. Can't just keep getting beaten. Yeah, and Goodrum is about... It's about time to take Goodrum off. Right, okay, so we need 2 more substitutions. I've taken all my right-sided people off, so Nemanja Ilic, you're going to have to come on. I'm pretty sure he has a right foot. Tactics. No, weak. So you're going to play as an inverted winger. But you don't like cutting aside with the ball. Okay. Yeah, I know. That's what's going to happen, unfortunately. Oh, someone else. You haven't played very well, but I feel like, yeah, fullbacks haven't played well. But I feel like we need legs in midfield, and the only... Can I put Petrovic on? Okay. There might be a smarter play here. Yeah, no, you haven't really performed in the Champions League. Neither of you. Right, okay, well, that appears to be that then. I think I'm going to take Shvedarsky on for Petrovic. I'm just going to make that a straight swap. I don't see, but what? No, I can't. I can't push him up anymore. I need him on defend. Okay. Yeah, this has been really poor. So I think what we have learned is that we have to do something more with this squad. We're either not getting the best out of them, or they're just not good enough. So I think, assuming that we win the Slovak First Division, and we are comfortably ahead at the moment, we're going to have to go back to market, I think, just to and use our scouting to unearth some better players, frankly, because we're just not able to cut it. But this has been disappointing, because apparently, all in all, this was a more equal matchup. But there we are, full time, and that's a double header that has ended in a double defeat. Yeah, I don't know. There's no sense in telling them that. Yeah, proven in the second half. So we are tumbling down the table. We do have a win, which is lovely, but we do have to play against. Let's take stock. We have to play Shakhtar, who are doing well. They're 16th. Played 5-1-2, lost 2, drawn 1. We are playing at home though, which might help. We're playing Real Madrid away, and Napoli at home. So I think actually what I'm going to do, I'm just going to skip past the Shakhtar game, and I'll bring Madrid, just because, you know, it's Madrid and it's at the Bernabeu, and why not? And I think that's then what I'll do is I will make a rush through the league, and give you an update at the end, at the end of the split of where we are, because I have absolutely no doubt at all that we are not going to qualify now for the playoff spots in the Champions League, which I don't think, to be honest, we were ever expected to do. To be honest, we were just expected to be competitive, and they are pleased with that. Apart from the 5-0 drubbing. So yeah, and I guess that's kind of borne out in the fact that we've lost by an odd goal at Celtic. We lost by an odd goal to Young Boys. Sure, we got beaten incredibly well by Barcelona. We lost 2-1 to Galatasaray, and we beat Leon, pardon me, who are over there. So, you know, apart from Barcelona, we haven't been awful, I suppose. All right then, folks. Thank you very much for watching as always, and take good care of yourselves, and have a good week. Bye bye.